So today it was vast. It was actually a medium that was actually really very communicated across. I had in-depth knowledge. I learned a lot from Mr. Paul Erubami. He actually had passion about what is. So today, and he was vast. He was clear and he was able to communicate to us effectively. I had a very good knowledge about everything that he just taught us today, and I see it as a very good one, and which I will even refer a lot of my colleagues, because I can today now I was made to understand that FM can be integrated into HSC, like it goes concurrently together, which I see it as a new eye-opener to me. So which I can even advise some of my other colleagues that are HSC practitioners also to go for this course, because it's going to help the productivity of the company. Thank you very much. We had lunch, and let me chip in that it was a good one, because we didn't pay a dime and you could get lunch. We had chicken on it, so it was a fantastic one. I would like to appreciate that. God bless you more.
We have a lot of courses actually, but I have two that are more interesting to me, like procurement management and facility maintenance strategies. Procurement management, it exposes us to so many things about procurement, the difference between procurement and purchase, all that you need to do to abide by the ethics of procurement standard, everything that you need to succeed as an FM, in procurement. And at the same time, maintenance, facility strategic maintenance is one of the main things as an FM that really, puts you at that top, that will really make people appreciate and respect you. The essence of facility, maintenance strategy, the whole essence and objective is to save costs, is to ensure that, is to ensure that the operations of that organization keep running. That's the whole essence of facility operation maintenance. And in those, we have a lot of processes, the strategies to apply. Like for example, we have talked about the reactive / run to fail maintenance plan. Talk about the preventive maintenance plan and the predictive maintenance plan. So as an FM, I think for it to be top notch, for it to be at the top of your peak, and to be respected in your discipline, you need to understand the three modules that I just mentioned earlier. The reactive, some of what's equivalent or whatever that you are allowed to be reactive, and the kind of preventive measure you deploy in the process and everything. So for me, it has been a resourceful and expository times in Max-Migold.
My name is Essien Ability. When I saw the training on LinkedIn, I was so much interested in the facility management program. In fact, coming here has been a very useful day for me, because most of the things learned, if I was home, I would not gain such. And it has reshaped my understanding about the facility management world. Formerly, what I think before coming into the program, I now see things more differently, and I see ways to put the things I've learned in use. For Mr. Paul, yeah, he's a very good mentor to me. We've known for a while, and it's someone I aspire to be like, because he speaks with passion, he speaks with love for what he's learning and what he's teaching and what he's giving out. And he has been a very good person. Yeah. I would recommend Max-Migold Limited to facilities to everyone as a whole to come and get trained on how to on facility management and so.
Olajumoke Ogbajobi. I'm a graduate of Max-Migold Training Center. I graduated in the year 2020, and Max-Migold has been an excellent training for me. I went through this training and transitioning from an architect to a facility manager, and I totally enjoyed every bit of the training. It's so impactful. It went down to the list, to the bits of everything I need to know as a facility manager, and it has helped my career. Right now, I've gotten a job from NI facility that I'm currently managing as a facility manager, and I so enjoyed the training, the team. I got to know about Max-Migold in year 2020 when they put up some flyers on an e-flyer. I saw an e-flyer that talked about facility management training, and it's something I've always shown. I've been looking out for what I can do differently as an architect to build myself and add value to myself. Then I got to know about Max-Migold. I followed through, and I had a 2 days free training session with Max-Migold, and from there I got so much interest in building my career as a facility manager, and they have helped me. I've gone through the full training, and I'm a graduate of Max-Migold. I appreciate that, and they have been wonderful. They have added so much value to my career, and it has been an excellent walkthrough with Max-Migold. Thank you.
My name is Peter Lawal, a facility manager with Triumph Properties Management, a graduate of FMMC Batch 12, of which prior to that I was a graduate of Physics with Electronics. It's funny when you hear physics and facility management. That shows what facility management can do to you. Coming into this, when I took the course, the 3 months Master Craft class, which was quite intense and very eye-opening. I came into the course with the intention of learning more pending when I will be getting fully employed, because prior to the program I was still in the job market to get somewhere to work. So fast forward to the class, I went through a lot, and this kind of broadened my perspective to the everyday activities and everyday objects I see around me. There are opportunities, all these things matter, right from the fabric of the material used in painting, decorating, even right off the dust on the table, cleaning.
Hello, my name is Amaka Anasi, and before the facility management diploma, Mastercraft diploma, I was working in the Lagoon School as a facility manager. I heard about the diploma and I attended the free training first because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the diploma. So the free training convinced me that this was it. So I registered for the diploma. It has been worth my while, really. It's been very worth my while. So before the diploma, I had been about 5 years. And generally groping in the dark, making mistakes, learning from costly has changed. It's no longer firefighting, but even though that still happens occasionally because life happens. But now I know, okay, so I have different maintenance strategies for different assets that I can put in place and reach the pains before faults happen, which is the best way of practicing facility management. Then also, I know that some of my colleagues, some of my classmates in diploma have gotten promotions or pay rises, and you want to have that too. And also, through the training, I've been exposed. In fact, I'm still being exposed. I contribute and I learn by being part of the alumni group. It's wonderful. There's a lot. I'm exposed to industry standards. You hear from other people who are wearing the same shoes as you're wearing. So you're not alone. It's big, that sense of community. And I want to thank Mr. Paul and the team of Max-Migold for the wonderful opportunity. And I encourage you to do the same to start the program.
My name is Adeniji Clements. I work with Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I joined the Max-Migold in January 2022, and which is the diploma program. I enjoyed the program, both the field, practical. There is a practical we wrote at Ikoyi. I forgot the name of the address. The plumbing practical. It was also and it helped me a lot to improve on at my own site. I started working in Ministry of Foreign Affairs since 2007, and from resident at Ikoyi to our training school at Badagry from 2012, and from there, since then, they tried to introduce Max-Migold to me, in which my organization see that from there I can still gain more experience to improve my career. And since when I joined in the area of asset register, I improve on it. In the area of procurement, I make sure that all our materials and everything is being kept safely. And in the area of maintaining the generator annually also, it helped me a lot. Both the cleaning of the environment, it was so awesome, and Max-Migold we still continue to be great. And we enjoy Mr. Paul, Mr. Emmanuel. I can't remember all the resource people. We really enjoy them, and I pray that God Almighty will continue to help them, and will continue to promote the Max-Migold. Thank you.
Right from time, what management call facility is what? Maintenance people. But by the time you are done with this program, you realize that maintenance is just 15-20% of what you do. But even though they tag FMs as maintenance people and leave all maintenance for us to do, we still do it poorly. We still do it in a reactive way, where when something breaks, we go and fix it. We say we are doing what? Maintenance. Repair is not maintenance. Maintenance means keeping something functional. Keeping an asset functional, in use, operating normally, continuously. That's maintenance. And it's very different from allowing it to break and then saying, I'm doing maintenance. That time I'm now doing what? Repair. I want to start by telling you 3 things that's going to define facility management in Nigeria in the next 10 years. 1, there is going to be an extreme scarcity of facility management skills. You know why? Nigeria is the fastest building economy across the continent right now. We are building vast estates, massive World Trade Centers, commercial office blocks, unthinkable volume and amount of capacity is being built in real estate. The explosion is huge. But you know what? Just like when the Bible prophesies of a famine, not a famine of food, but a famine of knowledge, skills to manage those facilities. That's coming, and it's coming very quickly. You are pioneers in taking advantage of that first phenomenon. You are always going to be recognized as one who thinks, talks, and does things differently. Because we did not teach you just to become able to manage buildings. We teach you enough to become a better person so that you are more useful to the built environment. I'm not only asking you to go out there and show that you can manage facilities, I'm asking you to take positions as masters and trainers in facilities. I'm actually talking about an acute scarcity that's coming of skills. There are no first degrees. There are no diplomas. There are a few masters that have churn out about 100 people per year. In fact, the master's degrees right now are competing with what we are doing with our diplomas in numbers. But in quality, the story is different. If you put someone with an academic master's degree and someone with a Max-Migold diploma in FM on the job, the difference is felt within a month of working together.
Mastercraft program started. I attended a training before, a free training before the Mastercraft program, and I told myself that it would make a lot of sense to do the Mastercraft program. And just my first day at the class, I learned a lot. It was like I wasn't even practicing facilities management all this while. I went home and I went home very fulfilled, and I told myself I have no regrets starting this program. Before then, I didn't have I wasn't called for this interview, but I decided dropping my CV in some comments. Then I got this interview, and when I got there, the way I related with people interviewing me, they really knew that I had a serious idea of what facilities management is all about. And before now, trust me, if I did that interview before the class had started, I don't think I would have gotten the job. Because a lot of things I had learned from this place, contract management, facilities management in total, what it's all about and what it entails, brought me out and made me stand out in the interview process. I was able to tell them much about contract management. I was able to tell them much about KPIs and how to supervise and all of that, and how to manage a building and how to manage facilities in the building and what to look out for. And very, 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 very impressed with my section. I'm 100% sure it was due to the few lectures, because I've not even gone so far in Mastercraft program when I went for this interview. But the few things I've learned in the class got me all the ideas, and I was able to put forward and I was able to get the job.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Kelvin Efeakbo. I came all the way from Cross River State, Calabar, to attend this very training, and it's so mind-blowing. I learned so much. Facility management has really been something I've been passionate about. I really want to know more, but sometimes you see facility management training course 400,000, 700,000, people just get to run away. When I saw okay, this is like that, I keyed into it and came here. It's so interesting. The speaker, the facilitator, Mr. Paul, there's so much inside him to give. And I'm so happy I attended this program. I look forward to the Mastercraft program. It's so wonderful. I cannot wait for that program. I'm very sure I'll be there. And I'm going to spread the news everywhere that Max-Migold is a company, is a force in the facility movement age to be reckoned with. Thank you, Mr. Paul. Thank you, Max-Migold. Thank you, Notori. Thank you.
First, you get an industry recognized professional certificate of training. You get automatic membership of the Max-Migold Professional Mentorship Program. It's a lifetime mentorship program where you have chance to always come back to consult with us, always be able to ask questions about your career path, get full counseling on an ongoing basis, get placement and job opportunities on an ongoing basis. So your career and talent management system is integrated with what we do in Max-Migold.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please let me know. Yeah. Okay, good afternoon once again, everyone. We are all welcome to today's lunch hour. I'll be standing in for Mr. Paul, who is unavailable due to some urgent things. My name is Akindolu Emmanuel Alupo, and I'll be taking today's lunch hour. And we have a wonderful topic before us today, which is empowering growth through knowledge and practice of facility management. And today we are going to learn how the transformative power of hands-on learning and professional training in building expertise and achieving excellence can help us as facility managers, and what is expected of us as facility managers also to do, and what can help us, and how learning is very, very important to our profession. And as the adage says, he who fails to learn learns to fail, right? So as facility managers, what are the things that is expected of us? How can we empower our growth? And how can we become better at what we do, especially in the facility management space? Right. So without wasting much time, what are we going to be learning today? At the end of this course, each and every one of us are expected to understand the principles, industry standards, and best practices in facility management, and how can we the learn strategies, right? How can we apply the learn strategies to our facility operation for better efficiencies? And also, how does AI, data, and smart solution, how do they contribute towards, how do they drive success in FM? How do they contribute to our success as facility managers? And how do we build leadership capabilities? As a facility manager, each and every one of us are expected to be leaders. in one form or the other. So what is expected of us when we are in that leadership position? And also too, how do we stay ahead as a facility manager? How do we stay ahead of emerging trends? And how do we position ourselves for better career growth in facility management? These and so many other we have to learn today in today's lunch hour, and we hope to make it a wonderful and interesting one for each and every one of us to learn. Now, without wasting much time, let us start from the beginning. Introduction to facility management, understanding the core principles of facility management. One thing that we've come to understand is facility management it's more than just maintenance. It goes beyond maintenance that, oh, I'm just maintaining this thing. It involves strategic planning and operations. As FM, what are our strategic planning? As FM professionals, we optimize business through performance. We optimize business performance through effective facility oversight. What is expected of us as facility managers in our facility? How do we plan? How do we look at the future? How do we present the future that, okay, this is what the future is going to be? And part of it is what? Technology. How does technology, sustainability and risk management are now integral to modern FM? Because if you look at it, smart buildings and wonderful structures are what are coming up every now and then. How does technology and sustainability and risk management, how do they help in this modern facility management? Now, also too, facility managers enhance workplace safety, efficiency, and regulatory compliance. As an FM, what are your roles in regarding these things? How do you enhance workplace safety? How do you enhance efficiency? And how do you comply to regulatory terms that are coming up? And also too, the dynamic FM industries requires adaptability, problem solving, and leadership. As FM, these are the things that is required of us. We need to be dynamic. We don't need to be a stiff professional. We just don't have to be like, oh, this is 1 week, but we need to be evolving. We need to increase in knowledge. And how do we, as facility management, look towards to problem solving? And how do we look towards leadership? Furthermore, facility management directly influences productivity, cost savings, and operational efficiency. These are the things that facility management is all about. How do you increase productivity as a facility manager? How do you help your facility to save? How do you help them even to ensure that they get the best and still at the same time ensure that it is not at a cutthroat? How does your operational activities increase efficiency even for you and for all those that are using the services? A lot is expected of us as facility manager. What are the things that you really need to do to ensure that all these things they work fine and they work well? Next, well-managed facilities enhance employee performance and workplace experience. It's just like a car. If your car is faulty, it cannot take you long. So also our facilities. If our facilities are not well maintained, are not well protected, how do they enhance employees' performance? How does it give us more workplace experience? How does these things help us? We need to understand that FM ensures business continuity through proactive maintenance and risk management. As FM, what is expected of us? How do we put in place business continuity? How do we ensure that this business is run daily and everything about it is streamlined, it flows? There's no hiccup, there's no hold up, there's no thing that is stopping it, but rather it will work smoothly for each and every one of us. And how do we also too help us understand the importance of risk management in our operations? Also, we understand that energy efficient and sustainable FM practices reduce operational costs. Every day, we are learning about energy efficient. A lot of smart solutions are coming up every now and then about smart solutions that can help our work to become easy. And how do we reduce operational costs? How do we ensure that the operations are still going on effectively, and also to ensuring that the cost is what is kept at a reduced rate? Also, effective facility management strategies align effective FM strategies align facilities with organizational goals for long-term success. The success or the goal of every facility manager is to ensure that we have a facility that has a long-term success. Is to ensure that, oh, what I am doing, it improves and it becomes better. But as a facility manager, how do we bring success even to our operations? How do we bring success even to our facility? How does all these things, how can they help us to become better, right? What are the impacts that they will have on our businesses, operation, and efficiency? We come to understand that also facility managers now drive strategic decision-making beyond traditional maintenance. Gone are those days that we know, oh, let me just pour oil or this or that. Facility management is more than the traditional maintenance that we used to know. Facility managers now have to drive strategic decision-making. We have to be decisive in our decisions. We need to be proactive in our decisions. We need to ensure that, oh, am I doing the right thing? What I'm doing, how does it impact the business? How will it impact my work as facility manager? Our roles, what does our role include? Our role includes sustainability, technology integration, and workplace experience, just like I've said earlier. How do technology help us as facility managers? How do we drive technology? How do we integrate technology into what we are doing as facility managers? Do we just like, oh, let me still rely on my old school knowledge? Now, so many technologies are coming up. Modern FM professionals manage risk, compliance, and business continuity. As modern facility managers, we need to move up. We need to level up. We need to ensure that the right things are the right place and ensure that the business is sustainable. We need to ensure that the business continues. We need to understand the importance and how to manage risk. And as facility managers, do we just retain the knowledge in our own departments? No. As facility managers, we cut across all departments. We cut across every nooks and crannies of the department because our work is very, very important to every department. And the part of the importance of our work is to ensure how do we optimize space? How do we optimize resources? And how efficient are we in carrying out all these things? Also, how do we adapt and innovate as FM professionals? with industry trends. So many new tools, so many new things are coming up every now and then. When we fail to learn, we are planning to what? Or when we plan to fail, when we fail to learn, we are learning to fail. So as facility managers, how do we adapt to the new trends that are coming up in the industry? How do we ensure that we are not left behind? How do we ensure that, we are what? We are leveling up with the game and what is really going on? Now, the power of knowledge in facility management and continuous learning and professional development in FM is very, very important. First, staying updated on industry trends, enhance decision-making and efficiency. As facility managers, there are so many industry trends that are going on. There are so many technologies that are going on in the industry. What is expected of us? Do we just fold our hands and look back? Or do we just fold our hands and sit down like, let me still use my old knowledge to do things? What are you doing to ensure that you take on these new trends? How does this new trend, how does it help us to work in our decision making? When we fail to take up these new trends, how do we improve in our decision making and efficiency of our facilities? It is very, very important that we take on these new trends. It is very, very important that we learn these new tools. And what are the tools? What are the things that we need to do? First, ongoing training ensures compliance with evolving regulations and standards. Every now and then, we have like Lagos State bringing up new regulations and standards regarding buildings, regarding environment. Our role as facility managers is to ensure that we get these trainings to equip ourselves. Our role as facility manager is to ensure that we need to every now and then ensure that we attend this training, get in fresh knowledge about regulations and standard procedures. If we do not, it will affect us in our businesses or in our facilities. Another thing that helps us is professional certification, which boosts our credibility and our career growth in FM. Each and every one of us are expected to learn. The fact that, we are taking FMMC, that does not even stop there. We need to move further. We need to improve. There are so many other courses. We have the CFM, we have the IFMA courses. We need to build on all this so that we leverage on them and they give us a boost in the FM. When we stop to learn, it will not help us. All these certifications, they have their role that they play in the lives of each and every one of us. And as we take all this career, all this certification, what next is expected of us? Knowledge of emerging technologies. You just don't say, this new technology, it's burdensome. Yeah, it might be burdensome, but we need to learn these new technologies. Because when we do not improve it or improve on technologies, when we do not adapt it into our buildings, how does it help us? How will our facility be able to run smoothly? The lifelong learning fosters innovation and strategic problem solving in healthcare. Learning does not end. The only time learning ends is when we leave this world, right? But so far as we are in this field, learning does not stop. And as we learn, we become innovative. We become strategic in our problem solving in facility management. As facility managers, it's expected of us never to stop learning. Evolve, learn. Take refreshers course. Oh, because the fact that you've taken these courses on facility management operation before some 2 years ago does not mean that there are things that have changed in these courses. We need to go for refreshers course as often as possible that is expected of each and every one of us, so that our knowledge does not remain dormant. We need to understand, we need to know, we need to evolve and see that we improve ourselves in our facility learning. Also, just like I've said, professional certification validate expertise and enhance career prospects. That is very, very true. That is very, very true. When we focus on our career, this is our lives. We need to find a way to ensure that it is built up. We need to ensure that it is well maintained. And all these certifications are what gives us the room, that gives us the leverage, that gives us the opportunity to become better and to grow across the ladder of facility management. Also, specialized training equips facility management professionals with essential skills. We've been talking about learning, we've been talking about training, we've been talking about essential skills. How do all these things, how do they help us? How do they help us become better? How do they help you to see that, okay, this is what is expected of me? How do we learn these new tools? How can we imply them into our lives? When we fail to learn all these new tools, before you know it, we are left back. We are just cut out. Training on new tools that comes in every now and then, it is very, very essential. Also, authoring to industry standards ensure compliance and best practices, right? Just like it's been said earlier, we need to ensure that we key in into regulations, into standard procedures, into the industry, and ensure that, okay, I'm up to date when it comes to this, so that nobody can take you for a ride when it comes to some standard procedures and best practices. We need to know what is being done in FM or as facility managers in our world right now. Continuous education fosters innovation and operational efficiency. We cannot dwell much on that education fosters innovation. It is very, very important and paramount to each and every one of us to learn. Do not stop learning. Do not stop learning. Don't feel that, oh, because I have learned this one today, there's no need for me to learn about it again tomorrow. When we read something, the understanding we have of it today might not be the same understanding we'll have of it tomorrow. We need to improve. We need to go on. We need to ensure that all these things, all this learning helps us in our work, in our decision making. Also, as we learn, right, the power of knowledge, knowledge sharing fosters collaboration and problem solving in FM. Right. When we learn new things, as facility managers, it is not expected of us to just be an island of all this knowledge alone. We need to see how this knowledge, how we can share it, how it can help us to solve our own facility. But we might be having an issue in our facility and we're like, oh, how do I get about this? A closed mouth is a closed destiny, so they say. So as facility managers, as we learn new things, other people too are learning. There are times that we might not understand a particular trend or things or procedures. We need to share this knowledge so that as we share, we gain better insights and we help other people to learn also too. Experienced professionals mentoring new talent enhances team efficiencies. There are some FMs that experienced professionals who have been in the field for 20, 30 years or many years. As experienced professionals, what is needed of you is to ensure that new talent are mentored. How do you help them even to become better? How do you help them to even learn and ensure that they become better in their career? And as we teach new mentors, it fosters team efficiency. It brings growth to the team. It helps everybody to learn. And it helps everybody to see that, oh, this is my responsibility. This is what I need to do. And how do they work? How can they improve on it? As facility managers, what is expected of us also too is documenting best practices, ensure consistency in operation. Documentation is very, very important. How often do we document the things that we do on our site? Why do we need to document? The importance and reason for documentation is to ensure consistency in our operation. Little things. When was the fire extinguisher? When was the last time it was serviced? Were the dates noted down? The generator, the day it was serviced, was the date noted down? The day this thing was changed, was the date noted down? Was the documentation done properly that, okay, when this happened, this is what you do, this is what you do, this is what you do. All those things are very, very important in our facility and as facility managers. No man is an island of knowledge. If we feel that, I can remember the date, sometimes we forget. That is why documentation is very, very important. When we fail to document, we are leaning towards disaster on our sites. So we need to ensure that we really, really document things that goes on our site. Real-time data and insight drive inform decision-making. We are in the age of AI, the age of data analytics. We need to review data every now and then. All these things are what helps us as facility managers, or as professionals to ensure that we make the right decisions. The use of data is very, very important and key to the processes that we make. So these days, we have modern buildings making use of so many tools, artificial intelligence, and Internet of Things. How do the data that we get from all these things, how do they help us to make informed decisions as facility managers? We need to put the right tools at the right place at the right time to ensure that it makes our processes smooth, it makes life easier for us, and it helps us to make the right decisions regarding our facilities. Continuous learning keeps FM teams adaptable to industry changes. Changes will always come every now and then. As a professional, do you want to remain on your old and archaic knowledge? No, but rather continuous learning. Learning does not stop. It's everyday thing. We learn new things because for us to adapt to the changes that are in the FM industries, we need to learn ourselves. We need to become better. We need to ensure that we are up to date with it. And when we are up to date in all that we do in our learning, it helps us to see how we can work, how it improves. Then we have how does practical application of facility management, how does it help us? How do we implement best practices in maintenance and sustainability? Applying preventive maintenance strategies to enhance asset longevity is very, very important of each and every one of us as FM professionals. We all know when we are to carry out the preventive maintenance of a particular asset. We need to document so that that asset does not fail. When we ensure that we are up to date in our preventive maintenance, our assets will even, we ourselves will be at peace of mind. And the asset that we use will be efficiently working well, and there will be no problem for anybody. We don't need to wait for the day the thing started giving us issues. We need to ensure that we are proactive in all these things. Ensuring workplace safety through risk assessment and compliance. As FMs, as facility managers, what are the things we are doing to ensure that our workplace is safe enough for every occupant and for every users? How do we ensure that we carry out our risk assessments? How do we ensure that compliance is very, very important to our businesses and to our facility? Compliance is very, very important. When we fail to comply to the rules, it brings hazard. It leads us to where we do not want to be. Then further, how does integrating sustainability practices for energy efficiency and waste reduction? Every now and then, even in the whole world today, we've seen people talking about sustainability, energy efficiency, waste reduction. How do we ensure that we reduce waste on our sites? How do we recycle waste? How do we ensure that our energy are being used efficiently? Part of the things that I learned was that if you are living in a particular place, if you don't need a particular light somewhere, you don't need, you turn it off. Let your user know, if you are living in a particular environment, ensure that the socket is turned off. All these bulbs, every now and then, every little bulbs, they have energy that they are taking. How do you ensure that it is very, very important that we manage energy and use it rightly? Also, we need to utilize technology and data analytics for smarter facility operations, right? Technologies are evolving or is evolving every now and then. As facility managers, what is expected of you and I to ensure that this technology, we make use of them so as to be smart in our facility operations? How does this technology and the data we gather from it, how do they improve our work? How do they ensure that our work moves on smoothly? It is very, very important. We cannot do without technology in this era that we have now. As facility managers, we need to look for ways, we need to ensure that technology is part of it helps us in our decision. We need to ensure that technology are integrated into our facilities. Then streamlining workflows to optimize productivity and cost management. How do you streamline workflows? How do you ensure that there is no hiccup in your workflows? Because when there are hiccups in your workflow, it will have a dent on your productivity and your cost management. Everything needs to work smoothly for us as facility management professionals. We need to ensure that the right processes are put in place. We need to ensure that work is moving on smoothly. How do we ensure that we manage costs? How do we drive down this cost? Yet still giving that optimal services. These are the things that are very, very well important of you and I as well as facility managers. Further, how do we apply? We have to apply real-time troubleshooting techniques for maintenance issues. Every now and then, we will have maintenance issues in our facilities, in our places of work. How do we apply real-time troubleshooting techniques? How do we ensure that these things are up to date? How do we think on the line? How do we ensure that the data that we get, the technology that we use or that we integrate into our facilities, how do we ensure that we are using them real time so that they can help us to understand and to solve maintenance issues? Utilizing data-driven decisions making to optimize facility performance, right? The data that we gather from the technology that we integrate into our buildings or into our work, they are very, very important. They help us to make decisions. We have smart buildings now that manage that uses energy, and each flat, oh, this is what each flat is using, this is what this is using, this is what this is using, and we ensure that the decisions, the data that we gather from these buildings, what are we going to be doing with them? Do we just leave them and like, okay, let me just gather this data? No. As facility managers, facility management managers, what is expected of us is to make decisions with these data. Those are the things that will help us. Implementing energy savings initiatives to reduce energy cost, to reduce operational costs. Whatsoever thing that is needed of us as facility managers to ensure that we bring down operational costs, we need to be on it. Energy saving initiatives. Very little things. Just like I said earlier, when we are in our office, we have some offices that, or even in our homes, you see some of us, we leave the room light on and we are not in that room. Why do you leave the room? Why do you leave the light on? Turn it off. You are not using it at that particular time. And we have in our country right now, whereby our energy bill is going up every now and then. The fact that some of us could afford it, does that mean that we should allow it to continue to waste? No. As professionals, we need to ensure that we teach our users, we teach those around us the importance of energy management, the importance of saving energy, because it is part of our duty. Developing emergency response plans for risk mitigations. What is your emergency response to mitigate risk? Do we have any emergency response? Do we have any emergency plan that, oh, if this happens, this is what should happen? As professionals, we need to ensure that we update, even if we have emergency plans. We need to ensure that these plans are updated from time to time. We need to ensure that these plans are done, are carried out. Sometimes we do a test of it. so that what the day the real hazard will happen, we can be able to mitigate that risk. We can be able to bring it to a minimal control as FMs. Then enhancing workplace efficiency through strategic space management. How do you manage your space? How do you think well to manage the space in your offices or in your houses? We need to ensure that we think at the right way, in the right direction to help us in being efficient in our workspace, in our space management. Now, moving on, how do we leverage tools? Leveraging tools for growth in FM is very, very important. And what is the role of data analytics, AI, and IoT in facility management? We've been talking a bit about AI and code. Number one, enhance operational efficiency through smart building technology. That is one role of AI and IoT in facility management. It helps us to enhance our operations will function efficiently. It helps us to make life, nobody likes hard life anymore. We want soft life. Right? So we need to ensure that we integrate technology into our building technology. Automating maintenance processes for predictive and preventive management. We have so many tools as FM, we have CMMS, we have BIM, that these tools help us to become and to function well as facility managers, right? All these tools, they are very, very important. They are very, very needed. Technology plays a vital role in our modern FM. It's enhanced efficiency for each and every one of us, right? It helps us to adjust and reduce manual labor so that we can improve productivity. We have data analytics for insights. Advanced data analytics helps us get the real in-time insight into building performance. It helps us learn that, okay, this is what is happening to this building. How do I how do I ensure that these things are being used rightly? So this enables us to carry out proactive and preventive maintenance, and by that reduces the downtime for each and every one of us, and also it extend asset lifespans. We also need to improve energy management with real-time monitoring systems, right? We need to utilize FM software for streamlined workflows and asset tracking. All these things are part of the things that we need to learn as FM in our roles, so that it can make life very, very easy for you and I. Also, using FM software for asset tracking, energy management, and performance planning, right? Implementing IoT and AI for predictive maintenance and smart operations, right? We have, even right now, people are using augmented AR and VR tools, virtual reality tools, and augmented reality tools to work for training and repair guidance in the space of FM. All these things are very, very expected of each and every one of us to learn. How do we drive sustainability through technology-driven resource optimization? As FMs, technology is important. Technology is the way forward in our businesses. Look at so many buildings coming up right now. They can't do without technologies. As FM, are we positioning ourselves to ensure that we learn the right tools, that we understand all these things, so that we ourselves do not get left back? We need to ensure that we are up to date, right? We can't talk more. We can't, if you have to talk today, we might use the whole day talking about the importance of technology in our businesses, on our sites as FMs. It cannot be underestimated, the importance of technology in our lives. Right? Technology needs to be used. How do we ensure that this technology, when they are being used, when they are being deployed, how do they bring comfort? How do they bring efficiency? How do they help us as facility managers to know better and to become better? How does this technology help us drive decisions through analytics? The analysis will be there of whatever technology we are using. The analysis will surely be there. So as facility managers, how do we make use of all these decisions, all these data that comes out from this technology that we use? It is very, very important of us that we do not just overlook them. We just don't have the data and like, oh, let the data just be there. Key industries that, if you look at it, the expanding scope of facility management, key industries relies on facility managers, on facility management. We can't underemphasize that, right? The growing influence of our FM, the growing influence of FM in corporate and commercial real estate is very, very important. It cannot be done away with, right? As FM, we have roles in healthcare, education, government facilities, so many buildings, even private buildings. We need to be ready as facility managers to ensure that we take up on this. How ready are you and I in ensuring that all these industries and sectors that rely on our services, how do we ensure that we are ready to take up on them? How do we ensure that we are ready to help them and give them the best? How do we expand our responsibilities in sustainability and energy management? We've been talking about energy management since. The goal of every business is to ensure that there is an act of sustainability in our businesses and ensure that energy is what is being managed. As facility managers, we need to put on a thinking cap. We need to make that decisions. We need to be able to be responsible to ensure that what we drive the importance of sustainability in our businesses and to all these sectors. Then the shift has moved from a traditional maintenance to strategic business support. Are you giving your business the support that they need? Are you ensuring that this business receive the motivation and the support as expected of us? Or do we just fold our hands and allow the business person will give me more money to ensure that I help? We need to be proactive. We have moved from the days of we've moved on from the past. And if some of us are still in the past, we need to update ourselves with the current trend of what is happening now in the market. How do we ensure that these facilities I support, how do we give them the support? How do we give them that grace, that support that will help the business to continue to move forward? And the next thing, leadership and strategic thinking in FM. How important, or what is the importance of leadership and teamwork in facility management? Strategic thinking for long-term facility planning and efficiency is very, very essential for us as facility managers. And for that, we are expected to work to be leaders. We are expected to work with our team. No matter how small the person is, everybody is key to our career. Everybody is key to the businesses that we support. So if you cannot think strategically for the long-term success, if we fail to work as a team, then we are heading our facility towards disaster. As leaders, we need to be able to make decisions to address operational challenges. Decision-making skills is very, very important. We just don't follow, Mr. What are you, I don't know. We should not be a professional of I don't know. We should be able to offer our advice. We should be able to have that skills, problem-solving skills, to learn about it and ensure that we put it into use in our facility. One other thing that is very, very important as facility managers is communication. Communication is the key, like they say, when we are dealing with our stakeholders and other people for collaboration. When we fail to communicate, then we as professionals, we are not helping ourselves and we are not helping our stakeholders. We need to be able to communicate, oh, this is what is this is this, this is this, and this is that. And we must work as leaders, we must be adaptable to changes and driving innovation in FM practices. We need to adapt to change, adapt to the evolving trends as facility managers. Don't just expect that, oh, the way these things are, it should be, the way it should be. It changes tomorrow. We need to ensure that we are up to task regarding that. Effective decision-making in complex facility operations, right? As facility managers, there are times that we need to make the decisions on the spot. And sometimes these decisions, these operations can be complex. We must be ready. We must ensure that our mind, our heart is ready as facility manager. Our thinking cap is ready. Because don't just limit that, oh, is this small facility I want to continue manage? We need to expand the mind. And how do we expand our mind also too? If we fail to build and lead high-performing FM teams. Somebody once told me that if as a leader, you leave a particular place and you fail to build up people, you have failed as a leader. As a leader, you must ensure that you have, if you are taken out of that particular facility at that particular time, there should be at least 3 to 5 people who should be able to succeed you. That, oh, I trust this person can be able to do this. It all boils down to us as facility managers to ensure that we raise leaders. We teach, we mentor, and help people to work to become leaders. And also, too, as leaders, we are at the forefront of driving innovations and adaptabilities in facility strategies. The role of FM professionals in business continuity and risk is we've talked about that. And also too, we have to ensure as leaders, we need to align FM strategies with organizational goals, right? What are the goals of your organization? How do you help them to drive those goals? As facility managers, we need to ensure that we lean towards or we move towards the way the organization wants it. We help them to become better, to reduce their costs and to make life very, very effective for each and every one of them. The future of facility management, growth and opportunities, emerging trends shaping the FM industries. We have so many trends that are shaping the FM industry today. So it is left for you and I to ensure that we adapt to this growing trend. It is the role of you and I to ensure that we shape the trends that is going in building smart and resilient buildings as facility managers. We need to ensure that all these things are put into place. We need to ensure that we prepare our mind, we prepare ourselves to see that as facility managers, we are ready, we are up to the task, we are equipped, we are ready. When we fail to learn, we are learning to fail. There is so much connection between sustainability, innovation, and FM growth, right? They cannot go, they all work together. They all go hand in hand. And these things are very, very important. The role of data-driven decisions in making facility management, the role of data-driven decision making in facility management is very, very important. Don't just let the data that you collect from your side, don't let those data waste. Those data help us make informed decisions. Those data help us to see, how well do I carry out my preventive and predictive maintenance? Those are the role and importance of the data that we get from this smart building. We need to evolve ourselves we need to update ourselves with current regulations and industry standards. Don't dwell in the past. Don't use old knowledge. Look at ways, go for trainings. Look at things that can help you to become better and to grow as facility managers. This brings us to the end of today's lunch hour, and all what we have been saying in summary is that facility management is evolving into strategic and technology-driven field, right? FM professionals play a vital role in operational efficiency, safety, and sustainability. That is what is expected of us as facility management professionals. We need to work safety, efficiency, and sustainability. We need to improve on our learning. Do not just wait or do not use your old knowledge. Improve on your old knowledge. Ensure that you are up to date. How do you put into place emerging trends, tools, data, technology are coming up? Ensure that they are part of our daily activities. They are part of our daily life. And at the end of it all, we need to ensure that we build ourselves as leaders in the world of facility managers. Help other people to learn. Help other people to become better in the field of facility management. I know that as we do our best as facility managers, we will become better and we will be able to see the best. Thank you so much for joining today's lunch hour, and this brings us to the end of it all. Hopefully next week we have Mr. Paul take us again in our lunch hour. Till then, have a wonderful week and a wonderful day. Thank you.